Food and beverage production. We are still having food and services coming behind food and production. We're having a property coming, and then we're having the housekeeping, mixology, barista, and baking technology coming the procession. Karibu sana. Getting to the tent. In the far right hand side, we shall have production sitting. The second inch already, we're having front office of production. One week, you said new song. You can see that from the back. To the left. He has done it for you. And you in the left, do something. Yes. You saw your friends, God is good. Come back to me in the front. Start looking to the front. Come back to me. Tell me. Service, yeah, thing that, like, lyrics from cash, fun. Well, planning to yes. Problems with joiners and And we also have investing technology and event management. Forget we still have some graduates that are graduating in content creation, and you are most welcome. And we are having the guest of honor. We are still having the guest of honor coming in. So we all get seated as and once the guest of honor iko pamoja. DJ. Nasema tuko na moto yetu, nikisema RPL nasema hivi, inuka nayo RPL, RPL, ndio hapa sio kwa inuka nayo, si tumesoma. We know that when we were there, we didn't have a certificate, we were not certified, but when you come to the Nairobi National Polytechnic, utakuta utasoma na utatoka hapa kurasa certificate. RPL, muongee vizuri, kwani mtafurahia kupata kugraduate? Mmefurahia? Watu wa content creation, mmefurahia? Haya, kwani kwa hi RPL, RPL, Father University. We are transforming experience to credentials with RPL. So, we still have dual training in the Nairobi National Polytechnic, where we do 50% in the institution, National Polytechnic, and the other 50% of learning we do it in the industry. Like the way these people have done, you have come to the Nairobi National Polytechnic, you have bridged the gap that you had in your areas, and now we are still sending you to the industry to do what you have learned in Nairobi National Polytechnic. RPL, RPL. Now we are in that better, yeah. And I can see having people from service and production. Service wapi? Production. Yeah, hi, hi. I'm doing sign. DJ. Health science, if you want a course in health science, you can see us the Nairobi National Polytechnic. Applied sciences, we have electrical and electronics engineering, we have business studies, the majority of us here are mission management. If you do one course, remember all our courses are modular, and in modular we will come to a part of the course and then go to the industry, you will feel that you come back and do another course. By the time you We have various short courses in National Polytechnic. Short courses that can take you either between 3 weeks and so you are most welcome. We have a solar PV. If you have a friend, you can come and join us and do a course in solar PV. You are most welcome. We still have solar water heating, fiber optics and networking. We have CCTV. We have electric fencing, motor controls. We have mobile phone repairs, motor vehicle electrician. We have ICD. So many courses. These courses can take you between 3 weeks and 3 months. They are short courses, and 6 months short courses, including driving. If you are not done driving and you are there, you are most welcome. You can visit us and you move out with your driving license. Tuko pamoja. RPL, umesahau. RPL, tunainuka na big fail. Tusimame, guest of honor is coming in, tusimame. Also welcome, guest of honor, karibu sana. Most welcome, guest of honor.
You for the candidates we have who are graduating. This far, Lord, we cannot take it for granted. We thank you and lift up your name. We commit this ceremony unto thy heart, and we pray that you be with us in everything, Lord, that we do. For it is in Jesus' name we pray and believe. Amen.
So thank you for that. I think we should have some little entertainment or some. Can you get seated, please? Thank you very much. So we have some entertainments. The first entertainment goes on band. Our some entertainment as we saw. The traditional dancers should get ready once we get this entertainment from our band. Traditional dancers. DJ tuwekee wimbo moja as we So I can see the traditional dancers are coming in. Meanwhile, Mr. Obulu should getting ready to take the program. The traditional dancers, karibu sana, traditional dancers. Towards traditional dancers. The time is not on our side. Please come in.
Hamjambo. Walio mbele yenu ni Kariakoo Jua Kali Dancers. Wako tayari kuwa entertain kwa nyimbo za Kikamba. Karibuni.
Maendeleo mutili baila tima wa mundu akini wende abenwa kendo. Baila tima wa mundu akini wende abenwa kendo. Bawa mundu akiliwe nabeno kindu. Kusudi basi lazima wa mundu kapini nabeno kindu.
those dancers from your dances. If you're entertaining a week where to come back, this time I want to welcome the deputy principal and the name to take over the program. Thank you, good morning. Our chief guest, Chairman Tourism Board, the County Commissioner, CEO Tourism Fund, the Director Tibet, students, parents, thank you very much for coming to this occasion to witness the graduation ceremony for the recognition of trail running. My name is Elias Ure, the Deputy Principal at Administration, standing here on behalf of our Chief Principal, who will be joining us shortly, Dr. Glory Muchongi. I welcome you all. Let me, first of all, say something about this important day. So, our distinguished guests, partners from government and industry, the council members, staff, and especially our RPL graduates, it's an honor to join you today as we celebrate a special milestone for our graduates, our institutions, and Kenya's growing skilled workforce. Today's ceremony shows the value of opportunity and the dignity of work. The recognition of higher learning is not just about giving certificates, it's about appreciating the knowledge people gain through real experience. It connects skills learned on the job to the formal qualifications and new opportunities. To our graduates, this is your moment. You've gained your skills through years of hard work in workshops, farms, industries, construction sites, hospitals, and many other workplaces across the country. You learn through practice, problem solving, and resilience. Today, we honor that learning. Your success proves that skills are not only gained in classrooms, but in real life. Your achievement lifts the dignity of labor and inspires many others who their skills will also be recognized. At the Nairobi National Polytechnic, we are committed to supporting skills, cognition, and workforce development. RPL is now a key part of our mandate to provide accessible and relevant technical and vocational training. This year's RPL achievements are the result of strong partnerships with the government agencies, industry players, and professional bodies. Through these collaborations, we have strengthened assessment processes, improved facilities, and ensure that the skills certified here meet both national and international standards. I thank our dedicated staff, assessors, and quality assurance teams for their professionalism and mentorship through this process. Your commitment ensures the credibility of RPL and the integrity of our institution. To our partners in industry and government, we appreciate your trust and support. Together we are shaping a skilled workforce that will drive Kenya's economic growth. And to our graduates, as you receive your qualifications, remember that this is just the beginning. Continue learning, continue improving, and continue using your skills to contribute to your communities and to Kenya's development. Let this achievement open new doors for you, whether in employment, entrepreneurship, or further education. Today, we celebrate resilience, growth, and the value of skills in building our country's future. The RPL class of 2025, congratulations. You made us proud and showed what experience, hard work, and opportunity can achieve. Thank you, and may God bless you. God bless the Nairobi National Polytechnic, and God bless Kenya and everyone in attendance here. Thank you very much. Opportunity to welcome the chair of the Academic Research and Innovation, the Nairobi National Polytechnic, Professor Yao, to come and give his remarks. Thank you, Prof.
Academic Research and Innovation, Nairobi National Polytechnic. We are very proud of this particular moment. Um, so, good morning here from Tourism Plan and our partner, tutor, this Polytechnic. I've noted that there's some parents, and they have also come with friends, and you have also come with your friend, and also the star of today. That is the hospitality RPL group. Congratulations. There is a particular energy within this setup that I've come to recognize in that short period I was around or I'll be around. It's the energy of people who know to plan a perfect menu, and we have seen that. And I believe also this balance, a profit and loss statement. Sio mnajua? Yes, I know you are well equipped that knowledge. Managed an overbooked situation with grace. We have gone to the reception desk and we have been taken through what the front office personnel goes through. We don't take them for granted. And still debate the merits of different PMS systems. Sio mnaijua pia? Yes. And we know that you can actually guide the owners, the managers of any establishment in hospitality that we need to upgrade a PMS system. It's energy of hospitality professionalism. That one we have experienced. So on behalf of all your tutors, your facilitators, who have watched you grow from learning about Maslow's hierarchy of to mastering revenue management, it has yielded a hierarchy. Yeah, and I would like to say that's an achievement and congratulations. Today we close that textbook, literally, yeah, because we are moving on. We have a cleanup scale. Literally, you can finally sell that aspect to anyone. You can open a new door, yeah, to the real and fascinating world of hotels, resorts, restaurants, events, and travel. Isn't just a career path, it's a calling to create human connection. As you step into this new chapter, I want to leave you with 3 pieces of advice distilled from your classroom moments in those 2 weeks, and more importantly, meant for the world beyond it. Yeah, you enter an industry built on tradition, but currently rewritten by innovation. Yeah, you have studied cases on Airbnb and the experience economy. You have seen how sustainability moved from nice to have to a core operational mandate. The pace will only accelerate. So in your first role, whether you are a trainee, can it be in management or even in operational, at a global brand, yeah, and we're talking about the level of innovation that exists in this industry with the chief guest, that even now we are talking of the 6-star in categorizing the hotels. An operations coordinator at a boutique hotel or an event executive, do not just follow the manual. That's the purpose of this training. Just don't be an ordinary employee. Write notes in its margins. You have fresh eyes right now, right? Yeah. You are able to see the friction points. You're no longer a mechanical employee. When you are at the front desk, think of a smoother digital check-in process. In the restaurant, imagine a more sustainable supply chain for the kitchen. In sales, conceptualize partnership that creates a unique guest package. That's knowledge I know you've acquired. Be proactive. Don't be reactive. In other words, volunteer to pilot that new guest app. Usiseme hiyo ni kazi ya watu wa IT. No, you can try it out and present it to your colleagues at the workplace. Suggest a tweak to the staff scheduling system that improves the morale. Not always complaining about your employer. You know, one day you'll be an employer. Yeah? The best ideas often come from those close to the operation. I think that's the heart of the hospitality, right? The future of hospitality belongs not to those who just uphold standards, but those who proactively raise the bar. And that's the purpose of this training, to help you raise the bar. And that's why we upskilled you. So this leads to directly to my second point. Think like an owner today. Cultivate your inner entrepreneurial core. For many, your journey starts within great organizations. Learn from them. Where you be, learn. Yeah? But I urge you, no matter your title, to put on the owner's lens. When you walk through a lobby, don't just see a space. Yeah? See asset utilization. When you review a guest comment card, don't just see feedback. Ati amesemaje. See data for product development and service innovation. When you manage costs, think like it's your own bottom line all the time. Yeah? This entrepreneurial mindset should be your secret weapon. It will make you indispensable in that establishment where you're going, as you'll be the one suggesting revenue generating ideas or efficiency saving that others have missed out. And it prepares you for your own destiny. Some of you will climb the corporate ladder to GM, yeah, or even to I don't know the highest level for a chef, but let me say the best of the best chefs. Yeah. Others of you will look at a vacant storefront and see the perfect gas stove hub, or identify a gap in the market for accessible luxury travel, or develop a tech solution for housekeeping logistics that you wish you had. The hospitality world doesn't need managers. It needs creators and planners. Start building your business plan in your mind right now after we leave this place. Your future venture might be inspired by a problem you are tasked to solve the next year. Today, we celebrate modern grades. Yeah, we celebrate the mock hotels you built in simulations. Believe you did that. The event proposals you poured your hearts into. The wine tasting, mixology. Yeah, you analyzed, and at times you turned a service recovery case study into a lesson of genuine ears. You didn't just learn business, you learned the business of people, because hospitality deals with people, right? That is rare and a very powerful skill that you have actually got through Nairobi National Polytechnic. As you begin this new chapter, because it is new, you have acquired extra skills. Know that hospitality family extends beyond these walls. Your classmates are now your lifelong professionals network. And I hope by the time you're leaving here, you have the phone number of each one of you or from a WhatsApp group. Yeah? Your facilitators, don't forget about them. Yeah? They will become your permanent references and cheerleaders. And every time they are called, they'll speak positively about you. Yeah? We expect to hear about your successes. Please give us that feedback. Tell us where the gaps are so that with our partners, we can engage in continuous improvement. And we will be there to offer advice you face in the inevitable challenge. So go forth, check in into your careers with confidence. Yeah, innovate your operations when you go back to your establishment, dream like entrepreneurs, and never forget the core of it all, that where you are managing a 5-star resort or launching a street food concept, you all know about that concept, right? You are in the business of crafting happiness. Sindio? Yeah. Comfort, seeing about your rooms, and memorable human experiences that you have. And if you don't have, please, we are ready to retool you. Yeah? Let me repeat that. That actually, the core of it all, whether you're managing a 5-star resort, or launching a street food concept, you're in the business of crafting happiness, comfort, and memorable human experiences. So we are incredibly very proud of you. Incredibly proud. And we cannot wait to be your guests. Msitusahau, invite us, invite the chief guest to come. Remind him that you came to my graduation on this day, and I'm now working here. Or, actually, I'm a professor of entrepreneurship. That's why you're hearing a lot of start your own business. Yeah. When you start that restaurant, just call Nairobi National Polytechnic and invite even the principal and our team, and also tell her that guest who came for my graduation, please bring him along with his team. Yeah. So we cannot wait to be your guests, your clients, and your parents. Yeah. I'd like to complete this my statement using a quote from one of the most successful entrepreneurs. In looking for someone to hire, look for 3 qualities: integrity, intelligence, and energy. But the most important is integrity. Please note that you might have all the other nice skills, but the core one in this industry is integrity. Because if they don't have that, the other two qualities, intelligence and energy, are going to kill you. That's Warren Buffett. Congratulations once again. May your careers be fully booked. Your guest reviews stellar, and your passion for this beautiful industry never fade. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, Prof, for such wonderful remarks. Next, I request the PS representative also make or give his remarks.
Okay. The chief guest is the chair of tourism fund. This is not chief principal, heavy represented and two deputies, colleagues, trainers, graduates who are our most important guests here today, parents, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Morning, it's still 5 minutes to morning. My name is Frank Kuna. I'm Director charge of policy implementation and compliance with the state department of Tibet. Hearing representing the PS State Department of Tibet, Dr. Esther Moria, who is head of elsewhere function. Being a Friday, most of our conventions, the chief guests, take place such a day, and quite a number happening today. From the onset, I want to say congratulations. Right. It is not a mere achievement. It is a great achievement. And therefore, you need to appreciate yourself and know that the feat you have achieved this morning, from arising from the time of the trainings you've gone through, is a great feat. Many times, chief guests, people thought achievement was yes, like life. Reading this book, we will be able to see the gecko that came down that tree. And looking at it, looked around, and nobody was interested. But it nodded its head and said, yeah, gentlemen, you've done. And but looking at the face value of that, you may not see the real thing. Let me explain. A gecko climbs a tree in the same way we do as human beings. Head first. But when time comes for for it to come down, it does something that is out of the normal. It doesn't come down the way we do. Legs first. It turns round. Legs up, head down. Now, if you want to know that it has done something spectacular, I want to urge every one of you and ask every one of you, after this, but there will be casualties and more. Go climb a tree, get up there, turn, start coming down. Let's see if you're going to. What am I trying to say? Every feat is celebrated, and that's what we do. Say a few things, 2, 3, because this is not my chief guest, on behalf of the peers. And this is in regard to the program that brings us here today. As a state department in the Ministry of Education, we roll out through a policy development process the recognition of prior learning, which is premised on the understanding that not all learning takes place in a classroom situation, that not all learning is formal. We are targeting learning that people acquire through informal situations, non-formal situations, and such like situations where people gain expertise in various areas. Honorable Chief Guest, we have in this country very competent, very skilled mechanics, very skilled masons, carpenters, and such like. You can name any trade. We have people who have learned and gained skills through apprenticeship, and some of them are just having skills that are inborn. Most of us here are parents. You've seen your child drawing and drawing things you can never attempt to draw because most of us are poor at drawing. And he or she can draw and do things. They can manipulate these gadgets. Most of us, on a chief guest, you'll find we are just receiving calls, typing a message, and all that kind of thing. But give to your little son that grade 1, grade 3, grade something. Give that gadget, this gadget, to your son, to your daughter. You will see wonders. Where would this child learn? You get it? So we realized as a government that there are very many people in this republic who they have the competencies, the skills to do things, but they never went to any school. And as a consequence, they are not certified. And more, to put it so crudely, you'll find they are the people who do most of the work, the buildings we are talking about, the repairs and everything. They are the people who are holding the technical sector in this republic. But they are not gaining from those skills because they are not formally certified. And therefore, we came up with this policy to harness all these people, assess their abilities, their competencies, their skills, and certify them formally according to the assessment, the level of assessment that that skill will be assessed at. The resultant effect will be, once you're certified, you can be able to register a company if you are in construction and be able to earn out of it. You will not be exploited. And that's why I'm proud when I see the faces that are here out of this particular program. And we are only starting. And in that regard, I want to take this opportunity to greatly thank the Chief Principal, the Nairobi National Polytechnic, and your team for work well done. In the same vein, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank the Tourism Fund for partnering with the Nairobi National, I'm sorry for using the word tech, there's a great name, and we want to divorce the NTTI aspect that we are the Nairobi National Polytechnic, which is one of our premier polytechnics. And we want to say, work well done. We are urging the Tourism Fund, because I know you are not only here, you are also in other national polytechnics, that this is the way to go. Around the same policy, we have the policy of industry linkages, to link our training with industry. And that has come out of the aspect of realizing that before this particular period that we are doing things, we were training, but our training was not in tandem with what the industry required. So we have partnered together in the development of our curriculum. We bring in industry experts who help us to draw the occupational standards from which we draw our curriculum, so that when we train, there'll be no need for the industry, once you go out there, to retrain you. You hit the ground running. And that is what is envisaged in the competence-based education and training curriculum that Chief Guest we are currently implementing. To move that much further and to expand it much more, we have adopted the modularized training aspect of CBET, where we have broken down the components of a curriculum into partial qualifications or units. And a unit is taken to be a complete a level qualification of its own within that particular qualification, to the extent that you can come here and be trained in a particular aspect only, and you'll be done, that will be done so thoroughly to the extent when you graduate from this place, there'll be no questions. You'll be able to do your work. And that's why Chief Guests, that we were going around, they were explaining to us what has happened and how they have done it and the products of what they have done. These are the ladies and gentlemen who have undergone that particular process, and many more will be coming. As you go out, I want to echo council member by saying, be good at what you do.
That is what will set you apart. Be good at what you do and do it consistently. God does not like people who hate this, hate that, and hate nothing. Be focused. Focus yourself in the area in which you are good at. And as I say that, as I want to quickly conclude, because this is not my day, I want to link up that for those of you who can check in your Bibles, the book of Exodus, I think chapter 4:12 or 12:4. I'm not very sure, but 4:12 is what I'll go with. Where, when God wanted to send a man, he identified Moses. And Moses was reluctant to go. But remember, he had done the work he was doing when God called him for a period of 40 good years without wavering. And he had walked with a certain stick for 40 good years without leaving it aside. And at that particular point in time, God asked Moses, or Moses asked God, how will they know that you sent me? What sign? How do I get to know these things? How do I go? He resisted. But God asked him a simple question in that verse. What is that in your hand? Most of us think we are empty. We are not. What is it that we are going to give you today? What is it that brought you here? You had something. I think the coordinator. Now, these ladies and gentlemen didn't just come here. They were doing something. Is that right? And if they were not doing something, they would not have merited to come in. Thank you. If you are just doing nothing, you will not have been here. But you are doing something. And that something is what God asked Moses. What is that in your hand? And that's why the coordinator looked at that and selected you, because we have, Kenya has so many young men and women, but just a few of you were brought here because you had something. That what you have in your hand is what we are saying, do it best. Make it better. Can you cut a knit for yourself? And as you do that, that is what God will bless you about. And as you consistently work around that space, I can tell you for sure, you will never go wrong. So as you go out there, ladies and gentlemen, go with the gospel that in Tibet, we are certifying people who have skills but without formal training. Will assess you and certify you. We need more of you to come in because we are ready. You've been around this space. You've seen the machines we have. You've seen the equipment we have. That equipment needs to be used. Remember, it's a policy of this government through the State Department of Tibet that by the end of this year, and we are still having just a few days, we need to have 2 million trainees in all our technical institutions. We are around 1 million, around there. But where are the rest? You being our ambassadors, we are asking you, go out there. And I know you have brothers and sisters who do not have any training. Tell them to move to the nearest Tibet institution and they'll be trained. They'll get a skill. They'll have something in their hand. They'll not just be walking around and saying, oh, you know, hii dunia, all that, mambo imekuwa ngumu siku hizi, or whatever. And I like the president normally says, oh, Kasongo. No. Don't blame Kasongo. Don't blame anyone. It is you to do for yourself. Am I communicating? Yes. Pass that particular message to the people. In Tibet, we are ready. And we are now appearing in almost all our constituencies. They have a Tibet institution. Those that do not have, we are now dealing with the last batch of about 55, the remaining 55, tunajenga side. And hatujengi tunakuacha. No, we are also equipping with the state-of-the-art equipment, like the one you see here. So we need people to come in so that we can enhance this training and have our economy move, realizing that this economy, on a chief case, we lost the plot because of relegating the Tibet sector and emphasizing the acquisition of certificates without regard to the skill the person who has the certificates has. In a sense, you can find somebody having a very good, beautiful CV, several PhDs, and all that, but no skill. That's where we are. But we have realized and we are now playing back so that we put Tibet at the center. Tibet is not an alternative. Check the Kenya National Qualifications Framework. You see Tibet is a pathway from the bottom, because we have 10 levels on the framework, to the highest level, the PhD. We have a straight pathway from basic to the highest. So we are not an alternative. Let not somebody tell you that because you failed to go to university, that's why you get to Tibet training. No. It's not a question of failing. Never. And even research has shown many of our trainees, our graduates, are employers of the university graduates. You know that? Yes. And that's why we want you to go out there. Prof has talked about it and said, we want you to go and make startups, do something in your area, and start up something. Soon we are looking at how we can be able, as a government, to support startups. We are working on that process. It's not yet out, but when it comes out, we will tell you. And we want to be able to make sure when we train you, we also give you some lift up, a startup, for you to be able to do what you need to do. We are not yet there, but we are taking on. So, and remember, that will only benefit those who are ready. We're not just going to pick anybody and say, oh, no, it's a government policy. No. You need to prepare. You need to prepare. That is always about are you prepared for the situation? If you are prepared for the situation, people say you are like, you are not. You have toiled to get where you are. The situation availed itself, and you are found to be the one having the requirements to meet that. So with that, we want to say, bring in many more people. Here in Tibet, we want the numbers because we want to skill you up. We want to make sure that you have the technical skills and be able to help drive our country to the next level. With those very many remarks, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say once again, congratulations. Thank you for being. Thank you for valuing. Thank you, TRF, for partnering with us. This is the way to go. May God bless you so much.
Thank you, Doctor, for those many remarks. Sure, told our chief guest is supposed to leave shortly. So because of that, let me invite the Nairobi County Tourism Chief Officer. Yeah.
Vijana hai warembo mwa. Thank you. We seem to be imetulia sana. Our chief guest, kindly with your permission, allow me to ride on the already established protocols. Zipora Mwangi, Chief Officer in charge of City Culture, Arts and Tourism, Nairobi County. I'm here on behalf of my boss, His Excellency Governor Sakaja, and also on behalf of my immediate boss, Waziri Rosemary Kariuki, who have conveyed their heartfelt congratulations to you all. Have you received that? Thank you very much. And because of time is not on our side, I want to go into my remarks. So once again, a big congratulations to our outstanding graduates. Today, we are not just celebrating certificate, we are celebrating the next wave of talent that will keep Nairobi tourism engine roaring. Let me also take this moment to appreciate His Excellency, the Governor, for his manifesto, broadly positioned tourism, culture, and the creativity economy as a priority pillar for Nairobi transformation. His Excellency had a vision, and the vision is very clear: a city that tells its story proudly, celebrates its heritage boldly, and delivers world-class experience every single day. From revitalizing public spaces, strengthening culture programming, to driving the Visit Nairobi agenda, His Excellency has consistently invested in making tourism not just an economic driver, but a full culture experience. I must also appreciate the Nairobi National Polytechnic Institute for its unwavering commitment in training and skilling our graduates over the years. Your dedication continues to prepare a reliable workforce that sustains and grows this sector. And to the Tourism Fund, thank you for your consistent sponsorship and steadfast support to this industry. Your investment in human capital development has made today's celebration possible. And speaking of culture, as Nairobi ambassadors, it gives me great pleasure to officially welcome you all to the upcoming Nairobi Fest, happening from 11 to 13. This is our city biggest celebration of music, food, art, fashion, sport, and everything that makes Nairobi the creative capital we are proud of. Mark the date. You definitely wouldn't want to miss. I know now you're done with your hopes. Sinikweli? Time for sherehe kidogo, eh? Yeah, so let me see you there. To our graduates, You step into this sector with new skills, new confidence, and a city that believes in you. Can I repeat that? Yes. The Nairobi city believes in you. It believes with the skills that you have applied. Remember, tourism thrives on passion and integrity. Passion and integrity. That is what is going to make you stand out from the crowd. And you have a plenty of it. So go out there and create experiences that make our visitor fall in love with Nairobi again and again. Be our ambassador. Congratulations once more, and see you at Nairobi Fest at Uhuru Park. Tucheze sherehe kidogo, sawa sawa. Congratulations. Now to see your big smile. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next, let me take this meeting to welcome the County Commissioner.
Our chief guest for today, Wanasome, the chairman of the Tourism Fund, Nairobi Polytechnic Council, the representative of the peers, Stevens, the graduate. Good afternoon. Good afternoon once again. My name is Osumba Simon, Commissioner, Nairobi North Region. And our chief guest, before I just make my remark, just allow me to have the girls who are here outstanding. Asanteni sana. Our chief guest, when you see us there, mjue ofisi ya Mheshimiwa Rais iko hapa ndani, kiongozwa na aliye mbeleni. So Mheshimiwa,
Thanks, Rais.
let me take this opportunity to congratulate these graduates who are, they are 260 in number, for successfully completing the course, or rather the training. I want to wish them well. And just to pick from where the PS was ably elaborated on the transformation within the TVET. The PS representative put it in an academic perspective, but I want to put it simply. His Excellency the President, in public forums, he has always been talking about bottom up. Hii bottom up saa ingine wanafikiria ni jambo lingine haieleweki ama ni mambo tu. But the representative has put it clearly that there are those policies, interventions which the government is doing to make sure that those who are not so at the bottom, but wherever you are, that you are uplifted up to the top. And that is what the government has envisioned in the better transformation agenda. So here today, through the Tourism Fund, mumetolewa pale chini, mumeinuliwa. Si sasa mnakaribia juu. Simpigie Tourism Fund mtoto. I want also to thank the Polytechnic through the partnership with the Tourism Fund that has been well achieved. So the principal and the team, asanteni sana for that. The county government also want to extend our thanks, and I want to assure you that the national government and the county level, or rather the regions level, will continue partnering with the governor's office to make sure that service delivery to the public within the city is well coordinated, just the way we are advocating for. And Finally, to the Polytechnic, I want to encourage you to, even as you deliver on your programs, find a way of working with the community around here so that they can also be part and parcel of the institution. I was happy when I saw the dancers from Karioko. Si hao wametolewa wale mashinani bwana chief. So I'm happy for that. Let us try to bring the community so that they also participate in whatever we are doing in this institution. And as we do that, I want to give you an assurance that as the Ministry of Interior and National Coordination, our mandate is to make sure that wherever you are, in your homes, in your workplaces, in all the institutions, that the environment is secure for you and your families. And for those who wants to go entrepreneurship way, the way it was explained by the CEO, there are so many opportunities that the government is now advancing in that sector through the State Department of Micro, Small Enterprise. So I want to assure you that the government is doing much and much more to make sure that our life is just drastically changed for the best. Otherwise, asanteni sana, and I want to wish you the very best in whatever you are doing, and may God bless all of us, and God bless our country. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Next, let me call the CEO Tourism Fund to take the program.
Thank you so much. Our chief guest, that is our chairman, Samson Some. Please allow me to also write down the protocols that have already been established. And with that, even before I go to my remarks, I want to introduce some of us that you have been working with. We have one of our tourism stakeholder, Mr. Sam Wekoe. Maybe you can start. Sam Wekoe is a representative of the Kenyan Association of Hotel Keepers. That very good professional solution that you should be able to join. Then also with me, I have staff members. Go straight to my remarks. Today, we celebrate the 16th graduation of our upskilling program. We are the 2 years since its inception, and already 6,011 graduates across 22 centers in different parts of our country. These milestones affirm Tourism Fund's commitment to strengthening Kenyans' hospitality and tourism. We support upskilling because the industry faces a critical training gap. What is taught in classrooms often does not match the skills demanded by the market. Through continuous training and recognition of prior learning, We ensure that the existing experience is valued while new competencies are built. This equips our workforce with the technical and customer service skills needed to deliver world-class experience and achieve Kenya's target of 5 million international arrivals by 2027. As you return to your employers, and I urge you to go back to your employers. Please don't plan well, because if you don't go back, we may not have another opportunity to train. So as you return to your employers, it is vital that you translate this new skill into improved service delivery. Employers expect higher standards. The same case with the people that you will be serving. They expect higher standard in guest care, efficiency, and innovation. By raising the quality of service, you not only strengthen your organization, that is the establishment that you work under, the 5-star hotel or the small restaurant somewhere. You not only strengthen your organization, but also enhance Kenya's reputations as a tourism destination. Graduates, your choice to improve yourself is relatable. Visitors gives you better employability and stronger careers. I urge you to remain innovative. That's very important. With the skills that you are able to acquire, be customer-centric and committed to service excellence. I want to thank the faculty, that is my Kenyan National Polytechnics, that we have been working with various partners, the parents, the products, the country government, for their unwavering support. Together we will sustain the narrative of Kenya as the ultimate destination. I know some of you came here with experience. So many number of years of experience. Others with fresh and good skills. With the combination of prior learning skill, we have discovered the secret recipe. That is experience, which should be the cloud, training the East, and together you are going to rise much up. So be bold, keep learning and believe in the beauty of your dreams. So may God bless you so much. With that, allow me to invite our chief guest, who is the chairman of our board of trustees, who have been able to sit down and be able to conceptualize these our wonderful ideas. It has been the tenure or the tenure or chairman of this board that we have been able to achieve this critical, this important duty. One, upskilling program. Then we have the tourism training, which I want you to take advantage, be able to visit our website. As help website, you should be able to see the tools. But if they didn't think about this problem. So with that, I want us to arise. Round of applause as we invite to chairman. Distinguished guests, graduates, afternoon. It's 12:30. And I know you guys are preparing to have your cake, aren't you? So we'll take the least time in having a very brief engagement with you to conclude this. I think you've heard everything that you needed to hear today, haven't you? From the PSS representative who's highlighted what the ministry has to say, to Gao, who are the people who have organized the part on making sure that we can peacefully organize tourism the way we are organizing, to the immediate technical people who've trained you. Haven't you had a lot in the last couple of weeks? Now, with that, I will go to the specifics about what Tourism Fund does as highlighted by the CEO. Now, we are aware in this part of the world, over 70% of work in our industry are not technically trained through the training institutions. Isn't that the case? That you people have been working in an industry and you know very well that some of you might not have got any formal training in the industry. And you're doing well in that, right? That's exactly what the county commissioner was highlighting. This is bottom-up 001. Tunaelewana hiyo? Where you actually get to pick the people who need the services at the lower part of the society and give them the service at the point where it's needed most. I'll give you two stories because I was informed by the trainers that we've got even content creators in this session. Is that the case? Yes. Can we have the hands of the content creators? Okay, that's a good number. More than 10 people. That's a good number. Now, I'll give you two examples. And of course, that applies to almost everybody here. Who knows a gentleman called Lame Kabi? Kabi Lame. Okay? One. Who are you paying attention to? Oh, 2, 3. Don't fear. It's not a relevant question. Doesn't affect your graduation. That's when I'm going to graduate in it. Kabi Lame is the most popular TikToker in the world. And he was the most popular Twitter account owner during COVID, and he's consistently become the most popular person in social media. Kabi Lame only succeeded because of one thing, and I'll give you a second story. Consistency. What Kabi Lame did was he educated society through very basic experiences, and he gave explanations within 15 minutes, and everybody got the explanation. And of course, it was fun. That's the reason why the rest of you subscribed. The story of Kabi Lame is a story of consistency. And it's a story that is actually practiced by each and every one of you. Some of you might not have gone to Utani, right? Somebody was telling me that those who go to Utani know wale wameomoka. Is that the case? All right? It's available for everybody. Some of us are not lucky. Of course, that's why you're behind. That you are practicing the trade, you are in the tourism industry, and you are doing it well, but you are not certified, and nobody will be able to test you or actually acknowledge what you are good at until you either go to the kitchen, the laundry rooms, you're given an opportunity to clean up, you're given an opportunity to organize events, you become a DJ, you're given an opportunity to create content. Nobody will be able to certify or actually acknowledge your skills until they give you an opportunity. Now, here is the catch 22. As highlighted, the PSS representative, if you are not certified, it becomes very difficult for people to actually acknowledge that you are good at the trade. By certifying you here today, what we are doing is not only to make sure that you are polished to international standard. Are you international standard? I saw some cake there, and I promised to taste it. And from the looks, I saw this is actually this 5-star category. Multiplique makofi. Now, the second story I want to highlight is one famous person. I think all of you would probably know the person I want to talk about. He was born somewhere in Medina. I know maybe 99% not know where that is. It's okay. Grew up in a very poor family. He played football as a young boy. went ahead at maybe 12 or thereabout, if I remember very well, because it's a story I had some 15 years ago, and it's still a life story. He joined an academy. He was not the top there. I think somebody already knows who I'm talking to about. I see somebody has mentioned her name already. And he was encouraged by an alcoholic father and a very poor mom to join the club. Of course, he played football. He was not the best. But today, he's actually one of the most followed social media player. He's actually the top earner in football, and he plays football beyond 40 years. You know who that is? Cristiano Ronaldo. Got it right. Now, the lesson out of Cristiano's life is that for the last 20 years, there have been two top footballers that have been named winners of Ballon d'Or for the last 20 years. They've always been competing between Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo was not the most talented player. But you know what he did best? When he was in Manchester, because that's when I started following him, and you can guess why. He was Manchester. He would be the player that would turn up 2 hours before everybody else. He would be the player that would leave 3 hours after everybody has left the gym. He would be the player that would train for 7 days in a week. The only person who came to the training ground and the Carrington training ground more than Ronaldo was Sir Alex Ferguson. I know who most of you know who Sir Alex Ferguson was. And Cristiano Ronaldo is a product of resilience and consistency. I think this has been highlighted by the collective. And the one thing that you need to be very consistent on, let's see your experience out there, happening. The hotel you serve, to the restaurant you serve, to your own small business, to the event company you serve, to your own individual event managers. You've got a certificate now. If you approached me and had a certificate, and it's from this prestigious institution, I would listen to you for sure. More importantly, once you've been sampled on the ground, I've been given an assignment, you've been challenged that integrity is what follows. The results are actually subject to your capacity to be consistent, honest through your practice. Now, when I give 2 examples of international players, I think I don't want to mention names. But I've been in this industry for 2 decades now, and I can tell you a good number of hotel owners in this country, and I'm not talking about a kiosk or a small food joint. I'm talking about 4-star, 5-star owners of hotels. A good number of them are people who never went to school or who never practiced the hospitality through certification process from what I understand. I don't want to mention names. Some of us might be having parents or relatives. And the lesson out here is hotel industry requires those people who are committed. If you are committed to your trade and you are open-minded, you will succeed. I like the way this highlighted by saying, go forth and become entrepreneurs. Start first by executing your job well for your employer currently. He will notice, or she will notice, or the board that is actually running the institution will notice. When it comes to next review for your promotion and you're succeeding, nobody wants to lose a good employee who is doing well. Don't take shortcuts, be very honest with your employer, and consistently, some of them who have actually gone ahead to become shareholders just by participating. I would, on top of my head, mention 3 or 5 people who actually hold hotels in this industry, but I don't want to do that. So the challenge for you is, as you go out there, let's see Nairobi, National Polytechnic shine through your expertise. Society, all of us, we've been told to invite some of us to your practice, to your trade. We'll be very happy to see graduates of the 16th graduation from Toursim Fund are actually doing well. And of course, situation. I think Dr. Ikwai, we will be listening and of course paying attention to how you're practicing your trade. Because Dr. Ikwai here, he's a doctor and he's a practitioner. one thing that we emphasize as a board, I should have actually introduced my board members, but I'll introduce them last so that you don't forget them. One thing that we did is kind of trainers we do this exercise are not necessarily not only experts in terms of their education. They have more than that. The requirements colleagues are people who've been in practice hospitality for many years. Most of them are actually practitioners. They've cooked, they've supervised, they've organized events, they've actually done it at national level for many years. So they are not only doctors in terms of the qualification, but they are practitioners. And CC, what we are trying to do is we are linking up the challenge from the Tibet department to get the industry to work very closely with the educational institutions. The trainers are practitioners, the students are people who are already engaged. These are people who are not certified, we are upskilling them, but for the managers, as they go into those training sessions, because we had a graduation for managers yesterday at KCC, CEO, your managers were actually being trained yesterday at KCC, that is from the region. And for them, they know what to expect from you. What you cannot afford is to go back to your workplace and become the same old person. You're falling back, of course, you want to set the standard for your colleagues. Show exactly what we were welcomed at a reception there. And if it was my reception, I would be very the way the process was done. Talk yourself. These are the standards. Don't compromise them when you get to workplace. Of course, we are in this industry and we've been in this industry. Not every day looks the same. Sometimes you find not so good clients, right? It happens. Sometimes you are not in the mood for whatever reason. But what you cannot afford is to interact with the client with a gloomy face, because when a client is actually interacting with you, they do not know about the challenges that you're facing. The moment you show up with a smile, and the moment you consider and perform your duties beyond expectation, you will be voting for your own self. Right? And in that way, the delivery moment come an interaction. There is one client for the benefit of the PS representative and CC, because I think I've shared this story in another event. There is a client from Australia who's been coming to Kenya for the last 47 years. Consistently every year. She's an old lady. She's from insurance in Australia. She comes to Kenya every year, and she's successful now. The thing is, everybody is asked why she comes to Kenya every year, and it's not cheap. You can see where Australia is. You're connecting for more than 18 hours and doing 2-3 hours along the way. She says the people here are warmer than any other place you've been to. That is what exactly will make you people. That's it. If somebody feels that by coming to your, even a small joint, when you actually get into small, your own business, that they feel that this event organizer, this DJ, this baker, this supplier of any service, even culinary service to an event, did the best, and they have never felt somebody who is ready for the opportunity that you, they would even be able to expand your business beyond what you would imagine. So, in my conclusion, there is a famous quote now that Asisi talked about preparedness, of course, getting to execute a job in a professional way, by Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur is the one who invented milk pasteurization. I wonder why he's known to have been invented milk pasteurization and Africans who are doing milk processing here. So it means the content creators, you have a challenge. That is for you to create a story and run with it. African stories are not being told, so African content is going to come from this team. Now, Louis Pasteur said, success is when opportunity meets what? Meets what? Somebody think you look like you know? Anybody? Yes, somebody?
Prepared mind.
Prepared mind. Thank you. That is exactly the answer. Thank you so much. Now, I reserve the best for last. Please step forward, Lorna and Dorcas. Clap with them. In Tourism Fund, we have 9 trustees. These are the people who are responsible for organizing and, of course, spearheading the strategy for Tourism Fund. And the CEO and his team are the people who actually get us to shine the way we are shining. So I think everybody in Tourism Fund, I think you understand. Chebi, did you get introduced? Zora, I think CEO introduced. So that is the management and the 2 colleagues here. Thank you so much, CEO and your team. The 2 colleagues here, Lorna Nyamoya and Dorcas Balanya, are actually trustees in Tourism Fund. Trustees are the equivalent of what in other industries they call them board members. But because these people are in charge of a fund, they are the ones who actually allocate the funds, and they needed to see that the work is getting done. And I must say they are very happy with the result we are seeing today. So Nona Namoya sits in our board as a representative for PS, and she is under the Ministry of Tourism. Thank you so much, Nona. And Trustee Balanya is a legal professional of many years, outstanding lawyer of 27 years with a great record. I love for her. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy your time here. I will definitely be coming back for my cake session, for sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Now, I take this opportunity to welcome the Deputy Principal Academics to take over.
Our chief guests, and I read on all the protocols that have been observed. I wish to present the candidates who have successfully sat for their upskilling in various skills in hospitality sector for the award of the certificates that they have been trained, examined, and passed. So I will humbly call or invite the HOD in charge of hospitality to call the trainees or the candidates who have partially, who are getting partial certification in front office, housekeeping, and events management. And then after that, she'll call those who have full certification in barista, mixology, food production, and food service. I'm saying partial. It has been explained by our director what we are doing when we are upskilling. They did just a few, can I say, micros of their given area of specialization. So HOD kindly call the trainees in that order.
Kenya, our chief guest, I hereby present the following candidates who have completed 2 weeks upskilling training and awarded partial certificate. So kindly for the front office, stand up. Front office, you stand up. The housekeeping and laundry, stand up. Housekeeping and laundry, kindly stand up. The event management, keep standing up. Then for the full certification, that is the barista kindly stand up. Full qualification barrister, kindly stand up. Mixology, kindly stand up. Mixology, we are studying. Food and beverage, level 3. That is for the production, food and beverage production, kindly stand up. Food and beverage service, kindly stand up. Food and beverage service, we are studying. Baking technology, kindly stand up. Congratulations. You got it.
Down and seated, kindly stand up. We want to confer the awards. Chief guests, I humbly request you that you confer the partial and full RPL certification.
By the powers conferred on me by the Technical Vocational Education and Training Act number 29 of 2013 of the laws of Kenya and the Nairobi National Polytechnic Legal Order number 34 of 2025, I award you the national certificate for which you have trained, examined, and qualified. Congratulations.
Congratulations, congratulations. Everyone outside here, between those experts that we approved to be, we can sit down. Also, we have a group that did content creation. Whenever you are, kindly stand up. Content creation. Just stand up. Stand up. Chief guests, the group that is standing up, they have been here for 2 days training on content creation, which I think is key today in marketing. Not only marketing the product, but marketing also the skills that they have. So we have trained producers or people in production connect with the content creators. And I will kindly ask you to congratulate them. Being a 2-day training, we are just going to give them certificates of participation. So chief guests, kindly congratulate them for their achievement.
For the content creators, one thing is that we cannot overemphasize on the fact that African story has not been told. Kenyan story has not been told. We have a tourism product that is really outstanding, but the numbers do not reflect that currently. We've seen a tremendous growth in numbers. We've seen a tremendous growth even in the hospitality investment, but there is a huge potential for this industry to do well. Of course, you will probably be aware that the rallying call by His Excellency the President is that we need to have 5 million visitors by 2027 December. That means we need to double the numbers that we currently have. Some of the people that will be contributing significantly are the people who are going to be selling Kenya through these social platforms. So you've got your work cut out and you've got your check cut out. Congratulations.
Congratulations, we can have our seats. We may not be able to give the certificates today. The certificates, once they have been processed, because there are processes when it comes to certification, it will be communicated to us through the tourism fund and even through the WhatsApp groups that we have formed as to when you are coming to correct your certification. But on behalf of Nairobi National Polytechnic, congratulations, congratulations. And it is not the end. Now, there is something else you cannot scale on. You are most welcome. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, for the presentation. I think we need a photo.
Before we do the vote of thanks, chief guests, we are training Tibet and the skills. And we felt we should not go out buy things that we can make. And we did humbly want you to receive this gift from the Nairobi National Polytechnic, and we'll ask the council representative to come and present it to you. This is something that has been done by our students in fashion technology, and whatever is outside there is produced all in Nairobi National Polytechnic. This is Prof. Kaintri. So much for accepting our gifts. Asante sana. We'll call upon, there's a student who is supposed to give the vote of thanks, Kaintri. Yes. From the baking technology.
Good afternoon, everyone. Also for that, I am Anita Kainu, and I'm here to give the vote of thanks on behalf of all over the 200 RPL graduates. So this afternoon, I am privileged to stand before all of you to give a vote of thanks. We appreciate the guests of today for finding time from your busy schedule to come and grace our occasion. We also wish to thank the people from Tourism Fund, also the Tibet officials, county government directors and deputy directors. We wish also to thank the Nairobi National Polytechnic Central Administration, led by our gracious host, Madam Principal. Thank you for opening your doors to us. We wish to thank the HOD Institutional Management. Madam, thank you so much for your leadership and your motherly love. The institutional management trainers, we can all agree that our trainers were exceptional. They had like an inbuilt AI, they had precision in the recipes, they had the best for all of us. So we wish to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for upskilling our skills. We also want to thank the Nairobi National Polytechnic RPL coordinator for ensuring each step of the program runs smoothly. And also, we could not be having this occasion if as the graduates we are not here. So congratulations to us, graduates A, graduates A. So we wish to thank everyone from the bottom of our heart, big, small. Thank you so much for your contribution to our success. And as we go out, like we have been told, we are going out to give professionalism in what we do, and we are going to prove that tourism is the key driver of our country. Is that not true? So tourism, hospitality, So as we go out and as we wrap up this session, once again, a heartfelt thank you to everyone involved in making this course a success. With the skills that we have gained, the memories we have shared, and the friendships we have built guide us in our future endeavors, inspiring us to serve with excellence, dedication, and professionalism. Thank you, and may God bless us all. Of the Nairobi National Polytechnic, we have our first meal to congratulate our graduates and our guests. And we want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the opportunity. So I'll ask our guest of honor, Hydre, and our distinguished guests, those who can be able to come, and Madam Mutea Hydre, the head of the department. The Maasai girls, where are you? My daughters, the graduates, come, cut the cake. Thank you very much. The day that the Lord has made, as a family we will. It's a quick fix, my girls. Dad? Yesu, anashukuru wengine sijui, ila mimi Bwana nimejua mapenzi ya Yesu.
Yes, we'll be left dancing. We'll be left dancing. Let's have our seats. All the people together. Dancing. Yeah, my days are composed. We have our closing prayers, which will be followed by the national anthem, and I'll call Hassan Abubakar to come and say the closing prayers. Hassan Abubakar. Hassan Abubakar. Ameenda wapi? The certification it disappeared. Call upon any other Muslim brother who can give us the prayers. Maimuna. Maimuna. الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Amen, amen, amen. So let's stand up for the national anthem. Thank you very much. We have come to the end of our function. Their lunch will be served to each one of us behind the restaurant. We know where we have been eating from. We'll have our lunch there. May God bless you and may God open more doors for you.
Seated and the procession for our guests.
utapata keki yetu. Graduates, ukienda kuchukua chakula utapata keki yako pale. Please. Utapata keki yako ukienda kuchukua your food. Thank you.
Akishuka mbinguni akasema tuna dhambi. Rosa macho ya kutania mirambi.